Hey guys, welcome back to more Dragon Age Origins. Hopefully you're all doing very, very well. We're currently outside the entrance of Orzammar, and we shall be going in momentarily. Just want to have a look at some of the shops out here, just to see can we actually trade. It's been a hell of a long time since I've been back here. It's good to be back. Before we get going, if you haven't already, be sure to hit the like and subscribe button. Would mean a hell of a lot to me if you could. Thank you very much. Who's this guy? Ren. Hello there. Can I talk to you?
Oh,
I can.
you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well armed to notice a lowly merchant.
And I am very well armed. Did you lose your cast when you left Orzammar? I assume you did.
It's not your business. But like my father, I was born on the surface. We never had a caste to leave. The
Ah,
assembly says we've turned our back on the stone, but they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites.
That's not right. Someone should do something.
Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown.
entire governmental change would be a hard thing to pull off. How often do you restock in Orzammar?
Twice a year. I'm confined to a trade stall in the commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it.
I don't even know. I wonder what that would like. What would that even be? Stone sense? Maybe like an ability to sense where to mine lyrium. Maybe I'm not sure. I'll have to look that up.
Best of luck to you.
Best of luck to you, my friend. Best of luck to you. Right then, well, we can't really buy anything from him. So anyone we can talk to, maybe? Is there, maybe a quest board out here?
My goods are just rotting on their doorstep.
Yeah.
I can't just stand here and take this.
Don't think we can really do much of anything out here, apart from going in. You have a yellow name.
Can I interest you in something? I've got the finest selection of previously owned armour and weaponry this side of Val Royale.
Oh, very French, very Orlesian. What do you mean previously owned, though?
Why pay through the nose for new equipment when you can buy like new?
Like
for
new.
much less.
Well, where do you get like new armor from? Who've you been killing?
Oh, here and there. Look, that's really not important. The important thing is, it's cheap. And just as good as what you'd find at a smithy.
Oh yeah, very true. Well, let me have a look.
Of course. And remember, everything's covered by Farron's 24-hour lifetime guarantee.
24-hour lifetime, eh? That seems like an oxymoron, but alright. Silverite dagger. It's sovereign. Get that silverite dagger for Sevran, maybe? I'll buy that. Oh, inventory full. Okay, we're gonna have to sell off some crap that we don't need. That's tier 4, that can go. Silverite, we'll keep everything silverite and above, so that means everything that is red steel and below, so tier 5 and below can go. Yeah, tier 5 and below can go. I like that rhymes, I like that. Let's see, what do we have here? Tier 4, yeah, that can get the hell out. What about Armoire? Tier 4, Warden Commander Gloves, red steel. Yeah, we have the full Warden Commander set, but it's tier 5. It's not going to get the job done. Ali's already wearing something better. I'm wearing something better. We have no need for it. We'll get rid of that. We need to be thinking about tier 6 and above now as really the norm, I think. And that's a helicopter out there. I do apologize. I shall shut my window. One of the perks of living on the coast, I'm afraid. Okay, let's see. We got the... That's what, tier 5, get rid of that, get rid of you, steel, viridium, tier 4, red steel, tier 5, tier 4, tier 5, tier 5. Making cash, I mean, look at this. It's that tier 5, that can go, okay, great. What about these? We'll keep those. We'll keep them. Okay. Viridium, tier 4. It's all about the armor, though, is it not? Canary Infantry Helm, Silverite. That seems like an obvious buy for good old Stenny Boy. Even if he can't wear it, I think he needs 30 strength. So, I don't know, man. Maybe it could be a case of we need to stick with tier 5 for our lower companions, perhaps. Yeah, could be the case, really. I'll tell you what, though, I was actually quite happy to reduce the overall capacity by 30 there. That's pretty good for me. Knight Commander's Plate. It's gonna be what? Massive Armor tier 6. 27 sovereigns. Sells for only 5. Christ on a bike. What's Ali wearing at the moment? Something similar, no doubt. I think he's wearing tier 6 massive gear, I believe. Is he wearing the heavy plate armor? Yeah. Still classified as massive, so there's really no real need to buy him that. Yeah, okay, okay. Morgan could probably... No, she has a tier 7, she's fine with that. What about Leliana, though? Only tier 5. Is there maybe a better bow we can get for her here?
Some of the best previously owned.
Let me take a look. Just a real quickie look here. Just wondering, do you have like maybe a tier 7 bow that ain't a crossbow? No bows. Okay, that's fine. Don't really need to worry about crossbows. I guess we'll go in. Hopefully the guard will be very accommodating.
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
Ah, I see. I mean, I was born in Orzammar, but can I go in?
Any dwarf who chooses to walk topside chooses to be excluded.
You better not let some pissant in after refusing Loghain's messenger.
Wait, look at me. You're the brand who dishonored the Proving. Trust you to be ignorant of our tragedy.
This guy.
Has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
Oh, now wouldn't that be awful? Well, I think we should let... Yeah, I'm sure that Loghain messenger will be delighted to know who I am. I'm a Grey Warden. You have to let me in.
The Wardens killed King Kaelin and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the royal seal. That means only the assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And what was that you said? A filthy brand? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden.
Oh. Run to your false king. The dwarves will not hear him today.
You'll hear of this. King Loghain will see you quartered.
Already, crowned himself king, eh?
Though I don't know what help you will find.
Ah, we'll try our best. I already know who I want to sit on the throne. That's going to be the one that doesn't, you know, the one that doesn't advocate slavery.
But we must respect your new role. Fair journeys, Warden.
Ah, yes, I was but a lowly brand. Look at me now.
If I remember right, the best of their ancestors.
Yes.
I haven't eaten in days.
That's why the dwarves to me are always my favorite go-to in fantasy, because I love their underground cities, their deep roads, their worship of their ancestors, you know, in D&D, Lord of the Rings, Ambanar, you know, this game, other games. So yeah, dwarves are always my go-to.
Thing of beauty, daughter. If you work hard like Branka, all Orzammar will know your name.
Ooh, Paragon Branka.
I want to be like her. She...
Don't say that. Not to me, not to anyone.
Ooh.
Get back to the forge. I want to see more details.
Yes, Mother.
Oh, Jesus, man. It is quite... oh, okay, they're gone. It is quite depressing, though, the society that the Dragon Age dwarves live in. You know, very caste-based. Don't really get a chance to, you know, have ambition to do anything else. Cool, the Paragons. Can we touch anyone else? Ah, an explanation of the Paragons. Hello.
Trust Vala, Warden.
And a big trust fella to you too. When can we talk to you? Give you a coin.
I haven't eaten.
Can't give him a coin. Oh, okay. I mean, we are semi-rich. I thought we could help him. Scholar man.
Step back, Brand. Call yourself Warden, but the Paragons in this hall should not have to suffer the sight of you.
Can't even see my face. How do you know?
Let me ask you this.
Let's get in.
Morrigan.
Oh,
What if there really was a maker?
Then I would wonder why he has abandoned his creation. It seems terribly irresponsible of him.
ah.
He left us because we were determined to make our own way, even if we hurt ourselves. And he could not bear to watch.
But how do you know? You cannot ask him this. Perhaps he has gone to a new creation elsewhere and abandoned this as a dismal failure best forgotten.
I do not need to know, because I have faith.
Faith.
I believe in him, and feel his hope and his love.
Faith. How quickly those who have no answers invoke that word.
How can someone
Agreed.
who practices magic have so little capacity to believe in that which he cannot see?
Magic is real. I can touch it and command it, and I need no faith for it to fill me up inside. If you were looking for your higher power, there it is.
But only if you can control it. I do not envy the loneliness you must feel at times, Morrigan.
Leave me be. Loneliness would be preferred to this endless chatter.
My god. This is why I fucking hate religion. No, well, we'll keep going. Need to also determine what I'm going to do with the golems. Whether or not to make them or to not make them. Because golems will always be a useful thing to have, you know, but it will not make me a good guy to get them. I mean, they do cost lives. But my god, they're so good. Especially steel golems.
It is the assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew.
Oh dear.
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Okay, well that's just a full-on murder. Holy shit. Right through the armor with the axe.
Won't have fighting in the commons, especially in front of outsiders.
Indeed.
I'll have him in the Legion. Vieta, I have enough crime without some castless carrying weapons in the city. Your actions risk pain of death. Name yourself.
Well, Grey Warden is all the name you need.
Warden. You? When I heard they accepted a brand, I thought it was a joke. Surfacers and their cloud-addled heads. Fine, oh illustrious Grey Warden. What do you want?
Oh, he hates this, man. You gotta love it. Well, tell me, can a city actually function like this?
You have little faith in your own city, Brand. Excuse me, Warden, but this isn't Dust Town. The tavern is open and the market is busy. Orzammar has suffered worse. The ancestors will see us through.
As they always do. Well, you know, Harrowmont and Balin are the ones I need.
They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn, in the assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate.
I see. Well, you mentioned the Paragons, eh?
Are you sure you're still a dwarf? Ancestors have patience. If Bronca could hear this, well, I wouldn't be standing in dried blood. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter.
Well, you know, I shall probably do that, but let's piss you off more, shall we? The Blight's coming and I need your assistance, and by you, I mean you.
Surface problems.
Indeed.
Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want. Bunch of Desher lords bickering over sand. Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here.
Well, I should get going.
Yes, you should.
Yes, I should. Okay, Vartag Gavorn and Dulin Ferender, we know which one we're doing. Hello there, you have a name?
Did you see that? I cannot believe what the city has come to. This would never have happened when Endrin was alive.
Ah, well. This Balin, is that King Endrin's son?
I thought you'd know this. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, Endrin himself recognized that Balin cared for nothing but power. It was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir.
Ah. Well, what do you know about this Lord Harrowmont?
You're from the surface. I thought with all your finery, but I suppose that explains the mark on your face. From long ago, I suppose. Lord Harrowmont should be our king. He was King Endrin's closest advisor, the only one he could trust. Endrin himself, ancestors welcome him, asked the Assembly to endorse Harrowmont.
But do you not have a primogeniture succession? Balin is the king's son.
Aye. What a terrible burden for a father to have only Balin left of 3 fine sons. In the end, it was Endrin who ordered his son away from his deathbed and embraced Lord Harrowmont as his heir.
Was Harrowmont even qualified?
He is a good man and a skilled general. King Endrin trusted him with his life, and I will do no less.
Alright then, alright. Well, who are you?
I am Narav Helmi, 3rd daughter of the 2nd matron of House Helmi. And you, stranger, what brings you to Orzammar at such a time?
Well, I'm a Grey Warden. I need aid.
A Grey Warden? But there are no dwarven Grey Wardens this generation except for... Oh, that's who you are. I thought with the brand, I assumed you were a surfacer. I have to go.
Oh, cool, you won't talk to me anymore. Fine, fuck you then. Jesus Christ, I am a literal pariah. Fucking hell.
Orzammar welcomes the Grey Warden.
Oh, cool, you're the only one who's had a kind word to say to me since I got here.
I hear that.
Okay, so check the old maparoony. So we got Dagna over there. Dagna's someone we can help. Figor's imports. Wanna find... Ooh, gem merchant. What do we got back here? We got Filda. We got Brother Burkel. I will check the old questing here. So we want to talk to Vartag, I think. Also need to get Steward Bandalore. Right, well I think as well we'll talk to Dagna. We'll try and find her. Where's she at? Ah, over there. I believe you're the one who wants to learn the old art of magic.
Do you have a moment?
Yes, I'm coming.
Greetings, and welcome to Garen Garrison's luxury goods shop. Wow, there are a lot of you. And I've never seen one of those before. The things they come up with. What was I saying?
What were you saying? I mean, you alright?
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't notice. Most people don't anymore. Well, maybe they're too polite to
You're
mention.
lyrium adult, aren't you?
A little incident a few years back. Too much time with the raw lyrium ore, you know. Maybe it was a bad vein. I cut myself and the dust got straight in the blood. Since then, it's been a little hard for me to concentrate. Except when forging. Then I'm straight as an arrow. Best work I've ever seen. Look around the shop. See for yourself.
So the lyrium gave you ADHD. Interesting. I thought dwarves were immune.
Of course we are. You should know that. Even surface dwarves lose it. Us down here, though, we should be able to handle it just fine. Only not too much, and not every day, and not breathing the dust, and not direct in the blood. Ancestors' own bad luck.
Jesus, directly in the blood. So the lyrium made you crazy, obviously, but let me see what you have.
Right. Best in the trade, you know. I've worked the ore myself.
Jesus, man. Oh, the Rose's Thorn. This was actually what I fucking 148. You're having a laugh. This is actually the weapon I used the dupe glitch on the most back on the Xbox 360. So you could dupe this a bunch of times, sell it, because it sells for 28 gold, to have 999 in no time. Yeah. Now, as far as I'm aware, of course, I don't even believe you can even do that dupe glitch anymore, so yeah. I need silverite boots. That's what I need. You don't do weaponry, do you? Well, good weaponry, cheap weaponry. Not particularly, no. Evidently not. Small clear ice crystal. That would be good for a shale, I think. Yeah, maybe, I don't know. We're not gonna buy anything from you. I don't really think what you have is worthwhile. Dagna, hello.
Oh, I actually was talking to your companions. Or are you from the surface too?
Can I help you?
I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the surface world. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle?
Jesus, I was there. Oh man, what a time we had there. Well, yeah, of course.
I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study.
Oh, no shit. I mean, you want to leave Orzammar, eh?
I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will depart the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing.
That's pretty good. Yeah, good little trade of knowledge there, and it does benefit both parties. I can bring the Circle your request if you want.
That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child?
She's so enthusiastic and adorable. I'm glad we're helping her.
Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Well, adorable. A very unlikely scholar. Of course, Liliana approves. Alright, very good to see. Well, I think we had to go to the... one of the things we could do is go to the Shaperate in the Diamond Quarter, right? Got Filda and Brother Burkell. Go to Diamond Quarter first. We'll see what's waiting us up there. Plus, you know, people will be very offended by my presence, and I think that'll give me a good laugh.
I can't believe it. I heard a dwarven Grey Warden came to Orzammar, and I couldn't help but hope. Oh, look at you. My little brother, the returning hero. And with quite the unusual entourage.
Is that you under all those jewels, Rika?
Can you imagine? As of last month, I'm a royal concubine to House Iduken. They've moved Mother and me into the palace. You could fit our whole neighborhood just in the bathing room. I wish you could meet little Endrin, but they don't let me bring him outside the royal nursery.
A shame. Well, you're a mother then.
Little Endrin was born right before his grandfather died. His grandfather, the king. Can you believe it? My son is an Iduken. The future king of Orzammar spends his nights in my bed. Barat was a toad, but I have to thank him for teaching me to read, dance, massage, and whatever else Balin sees in me.
Oh. Well, I guess we're back in Balin, aren't we? Just for our family. Plus, you know, Haramont, if I recall correctly, he likes slaves, and we don't fuck with that here. We do not fuck with that. Oh, do tell, how is good old Mother?
Mother. We have everything we could want now, but, well, you know what they say. You can't leave Dusttown if you always take it with you. And I haven't seen Lesky since you left. Balin doesn't like me spending time off the estate.
Well, we're gonna have to have a talk with him as well. He knows how to take care of himself.
What about you? Has life been hard up there? All the news from the surface says terrible things are happening. Darkspawn attacks and a civil war among the humans.
Well, I'm here for Orzammar to support the Wardens.
And I'm sure the Assembly would agree if they weren't busy arguing the secession. I hate this. Until there's a king, the Assembly would let the world collapse rather than bow to anyone's better judgment. But I can introduce you to Vartag Gavorn. He's Balin's chief lieutenant. He could help you if anyone could.
I don't see why not. Yeah, take me there.
He may be suspicious at first. Don't take it personally. It's been so hard to tell who's against us.
Rika, I'm at the Assembly. This is no place for a woman. What do you mean by this?
Vartag, this is my brother.
Could have read that better.
He comes on behalf of the Grey Wardens, with dreadful news.
Of course, I wasn't thinking. It would be hard not to notice the Grey Warden and his eclectic entourage. I hear you seek the aid of Orzammar's finest.
Well, the treaty does oblige Orzammar to send help.
Ah, ancient documents indeed. These were signed in the reign of Eithnar Bimo, Paragon and King. That was 16 generations ago. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now.
So I need to help with the succession, clearly. Can I talk to Balin?
You must understand, Haramont hides behind his good reputation while sending spies and assassins. Balin can't know who to trust. It's been like a knife in the heart for Balin to see so many of his father's men stand with the usurper.
And we cannot aid a usurper. Hate them. I thought King Endrin himself supported Haramont.
That hurts worst of all. That Haramont would take advantage of the dying king's delirium to plant such poisonous suspicions against his own son. After that, you understand why Balin cannot
trust the word of a stranger, however close to family that stranger might be.
Indeed. Well, Balin is my nephew's father. I would never oppose him.
Would you be willing to prove that? Paramount has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Haramond's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude.
I will give it a go. We'll see what we can do. What kind of evidence do you want?
Haramond promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmy. Haramond can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Haramond gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes.
So just show them the documents and they'll know that they were deceived. Great. Where did you get these?
That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty.
Alright. Definitely good about the lying. I'll find them right now then.
Lady Dace doesn't leave the quarter much, but Lord Helmy's adventurous likes to spend his time at tapsters in the Commons. Remember, don't tell them you got these papers from me. You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Alright, fair enough. And nobody really appears to give a shit about the immorality of doing this. Good stuff. Well, I guess this is our first quest of the evening while we're here. So, take the promissory notes to Dace and Helmy. That should be easy enough. We'll do that right now. We'll come back. We'll come back. We'll talk to Balin soon enough. Okay, so we're here in the Diamond Quarter. We were immediately launched into a cutscene. Who's this? Doolin. Hello, Doolin.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Doolin Forrender.
Ah, you're Haramond.
King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering, is it possible to play both sides? I don't really want to, though. I have nothing to say to that usurper.
The king may recommend any successor he chooses. Lord Haramond was chosen after Balin was implicated in his own brother's death. Better a trusted advisor lead us than a scheming child. Balin's claim to the throne is based on nothing but his own pride.
Well, I've a treaty obliging Orzammar to aid against a blight.
That may be, and that is a terrible risk for the surface. But even if the world would end tomorrow, Lord Haramond cannot ignore Balin today. He cannot afford to trust anyone of unproven loyalties.
Ah, great. Great. Well, unfortunately, yeah. Ah, shit. Can I not? Well, I guess we pick number 3. Stop playing. I mean, the treaty compels you to help.
You're asking the King of Orzammar to send armies to the surface, but Orzammar has no king, and we have no army. Right now, the men who should be fighting Darkspawn are brawling in the street. If this situation is not resolved, we face civil war. If you want Lord Haramond's time now, you'll have to prove you have no intention of turning against him later.
So you make the whole world wait.
If you wish to show you have no loyalty to Balin, then work against him in Haramond's name. Balin is hosting a proving today, supposedly to honor his father's memory. The Deshers take it very seriously, and unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Haramond's best fighters into stepping down.
So you'd like me to enter the proving in Haramond's name?
It would certainly make your loyalties loud and clear. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Haramond would have no fear of meeting with you then.
Yeah, I will not let Haramond do this.
Then I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Haramond cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Haramond could certainly use you on his side.
Lord Haramond is a slaver. I have no interest in that. It's really the picking of a lesser of two evils. Do we pick a slaver, or do we pick someone who is more than willing to kill their own kin? It's a bad one, isn't it? It's a very bad one. Gotta find the way out of here. Is that right? Unbelievable. Right, we gotta find the way out of here so we can find Lady Dace, I think, and Lord Helmy. Yes, I believe that's it. But we shall do that when we come back. We're going to put in a quick cut here. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying so far, and I will see you very, very soon. Have a good day. Bye-bye.